Bonjour from Fontainebleau, France. I'm going to talk with you about what I think the main reasons are that I'm so happy I moved from the United States over here to France in December of 2024. Medical, lifestyle, travel. I'm going to set the scene. I'm in my 80 square meter garden here in Fontainebleau, in one of the great cities of France here. Firstly, medical, which I had not planned on understanding as well as I do now, and insurance. Once you get out of the US insurance system, you understand it's insane. It's insane. I have had 2 hip replacements now here in France for a total of about 16,000 euro. I'm going to be reimbursed about 70 to 80% of that by the French government because I qualified for the French national health care that everyone is on. It doesn't have to do with finances. I qualified in March of 2025, 3 months after becoming a resident here. And the surgeries included 4 nights in the hospital. It's not a drive-by. They have you check in the night before, then stay 3 extra nights for a private ensuite with windows that open up out to the sun and the air, almost taking up the whole wall, the exterior wall. And the pre-op was so exhaustive. It included dental exams. I don't know if that happens in the States. And my aftercare has been about 1,000, which includes 31 days of home care nurses to give me anti-blood clot shots. It includes now twice a week blood draws and testing. And that's about 450 euro. And then I have 15 one-hour physical therapy sessions, 15, for about 450 euro. No pre-existing conditions over here either. I would just move for the medical and to get out of the insurance system over in the States. Lifestyle. I haven't done a whole lot of walking because of my hips. The first surgery, I moved December 2024. First hip surgery, it turns out, for osteonecrosis was last September 2025, and then a few weeks ago, March 10, I got the other hip done. So not a whole lot of walking, but the food is so nutritious and so satisfying that I eat so little, I guess, I'm just losing weight. And there's not a lot of stuff in it. And I've given away probably over half of my clothes now. I just saw a gal walking by last week in one of my very brightly colored, not available in France, multi-blue colored paisley quilted jackets that I had donated to the Catholic Church 2 blocks away from the house last summer. Eventually, I'm going to be able to do the traveling I want. Easy trains, plane. If you go online and look and see, I don't know what your algo will do for you if you're looking at it from the States, but here it's about $100 to hop around Europe. And then I don't know why you wouldn't take the train instead in most cases. My son's here, Guy. He just graduated in December in 12 months versus what we thought would be 24 months from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo as a history major. He crushed it. He was here all last summer doing online as well. And he's here for his gap year, and he wants to study here or in Russia. That's his top pick. For international relations and diplomacy. Go ahead and Google how little we're going to spend on that. And just, it's so chill. He has photos that he needs to have taken for his applications. We missed the morning window, so we're leaving in a little bit. to catch the afternoon window. And so the businesses, a lot of them take a siesta. It's not called that, but I'll say siesta from noon until about 1:30 or so. And the gal does, and we're just gonna walk literally next door. She's adjacent to my apartment here. And then again, regarding lifestyle, I paid $1,300 a month for a wonderful, amazing apartment with an 80 square foot, 80 square meter walled garden that's like a dream. But I'm a gardener, so this matters to me. That $1,300 includes everything: internet, cable, water, garbage, everything but electric. And I'll tell you, the electric bills are light, and I spent under $200 a month on heating, running it with wild abandon in February, January, December, and November. So if you want to talk, hit the link in my bio, and we'll set up a time to spitball and see what it might be like for you. I would have loved to have talked with someone. I loved living in Carmel. I grew up in Carmel after the age of 13. My high school, Stevenson, in Pebble Beach. I've spent most of my life in Carmel because, of course, you leave for school and then you try to figure out a way to come back, and I did. And we had our son there and raised him there. But now Guy and I, aside from getting to be in the business of living, really living, exploring, investigating, not sitting around, really not caught in that rat race, we're getting to have these luscious new experiences because of the move. That's another point I really haven't made yet. Thank you for watching, and you can watch me on YouTube as well. The link's in the bio. My cat's running back and forth, and the huskies somewhere. I'm really glad to be over here, and I'm going to be very happy to share my experience with you on that. A bientôt from Fontainebleau, France.